everyone, but you're also being integrated into the community. So do you guys have that for the students here? Is there a lot of support from external organizations to help provide, like fill the gaps, I guess? Because you're right, that transformation from school, especially if it's a boarding school, to the real world is a huge shock.
We don't really have structured programs like that. So, like, I think the starting point for us is that the majority of our families come from the lower economic sector. So they are really unable to really support that child. Even if the child was at home and went to the local school, it would be a disaster,
yes,
kind of thing. So with many of the children, the thing we acknowledge that by the child being at the special school or the residential facility, the child is getting 3 meals a day.
yes.
If the child was at home, it's unlikely the child will get the hot meal every day, you know, kind of thing. So those are the realities that we have. With the deaf blind, there is no academic programs at our schools. There may be a special class. The last I think I heard, there's only about 4 or 5 schools in the whole country that cater for deaf blind children. So you know, it's a huge challenge kind of thing. For me, the other area is from Tobago's side is that we have again legislation that says that, for instance, government is supposed to be employing 7% people with disabilities within the public sector. It used to be 2%, and they moved. But even when it is 2, I think out of the country in the public sector, less than 3 or 4 departments have ever reached beyond 1.5%. In the private sector, it's even worse that they achieve the 1%.
And so what I do is I work with governments in Ontario, Canada, and I explain to whoever it is by providing training on in Canada, the law, because in Canada we have very specific laws on how we implement this. How do we roll out and create a diversity and inclusion accessibility plan? And that includes reasonable accommodations. And these are the steps you need to take in order to be compliant.
And then in the SMME development, it is about helping those people who have business interests to start something, some sort of experience. So they ask several employers to host, especially people with disability. So we looked into our database and we had 2 people that we applied for so that they can be able to do their internship with us. One of them has HR qualification and the funding that we need that to have that kind of a place.
Absolutely, that sounds great. Wow, that'd be amazing.
1946 being to find placement. So placement or job opportunities were always part of Blind SA since it has been incepted. And previously it was done just briefly by a general placement officer, as called then, and then all the branches or member organizations at that time had their own placement officer. But this was not very much practical, so that is when they decided to bring the placement, or as we changed it now to economic empowerment, back to the office. That being said, orientation and mobility was done since 2010, and training was also done and started in 2012. So then in 2016 they decided, 2017 actually, they decided to put all of those together to form the skills development and training division.
The museum that we have here on our premises, it was named after Antoinette Broter, who did quite a lot of work in terms of the South African Braille system development and all that. She was a teacher in a school in Cape Town, and so they decided to honor her by naming this museum after her. So there's a lot of stuff around here. We also have this Lego set, which I'm told was developed in Canada, where you guys come from.
Come close and feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. So
Yeah, just feel it here. I'm sure you
I'm
can
told
tell
it's
what's
in-
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the tablets.
yes,
That's
I'm
your
sure
favorite.
this is
Braille stuff.
an A or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's A1. So I'm told that blind and sighted children can play together.
together,
using
exactly,
this.
yes.
Wow.
So it was quite an exciting development in terms of Braille.
And a lot of our board games have Braille in it now as well, which is nice for the kids to play the different board games. So that is, yes, this is great, okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff.
So
There's
again,
also a chessboard somewhere here.
yes, and this just, it was November it started, right?
I beg your pardon?
It just started, you opened it in November,
Yes,
right?
we launched it in November.
Beautiful.
We
And
have-
is it open to the public?
yes, it's open to the public,
Okay.
definitely. We have the Braille Bible here. We have. Pardon? The, all of it. These are Bible books. These are Psalms.
What? From Genesis.
Exactly from Genesis.
Braille Bibles. What?
Yeah, so it's all the books in the Bible. And Philip likes to, who's the curator of the museum, he likes to mention that he also has the Braille playbook here. Playboy book, yes.
Okay.
I think it's this one.
Uh-huh.
But he has it somewhere. So yeah, there's also a lot of ancient machines here.
Can see that.
From when the Perkins started and yeah, quite a few interesting stuff.
This is great, and you're looking for more things as they come in, correct?
Yes, we
Okay.
are always asking for donations. People that have things they would like to donate.
Okay.
Then absolutely excited about those
Definitely see,
as well.
again, I'll follow them on connection that I was working on before I came home post to bring something, but this is wonderful, amazing, congratulations on launching it.
Yeah. Come close and have a feel of this one. Can you touch this? There's a typer, right?
This is a Braille.
A brailer. Okay, oh, sorry. That's a brailer. Okay.
Very old.
It's a very old one, yeah. It's an ancient.
I was gonna say, it's nothing like the one
This-
I learned on.
Yes, this is another one here. This one is very old, this one. This one is very old. It's a very old one too. You pressed it like that.
You know, it's interesting because I learned on a one-handed Brailler.
One-handed
Used
Braille.
one-hand, right? And so even the two-handed Brailler, the current ones are weird to me because I'm so used to everything being together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see, look at what you're learning today, Taddeo.
Yeah, myself as well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got some good stuff.
Yeah, those are, that's the one-handed brailer you were talking about. I see it here. Yes.
How do you know? Does it say it?
Because it's one. I don't know if it's up. You can come a bit closer here. Yeah. Is that a one-handed brailer or something?
Might be, but no, not like the one I learned on. But it
Okay.
could be.
It could be.
I don't know. Well, I just had an amazing meeting and tour of Blind SA House. It was a pleasure to meet with Jace and his team. They are doing such great, amazing work here in South Africa, and I'm so excited to be working alongside of them. It is going to be a great partnership, but working collaboratively together, focusing on the areas of education and, of course, employment, the two biggest areas. I have a lot of work to do, guys, and I look forward to working hand in hand with Blind SA. Until next time, see you later.